As I have mentioned many times in different films, when I'm filming cars, I say I had this one or that one. Probably some of you don't believe me. So this is some of the cars I've had. I don't know if it's all or not, but I'm just putting them on here, no particular order. So here they go. This car was an IROC, a 1986, I think. This one was the car I replaced it with after my wife took the other one away from me. Then we got this pickup. It was just a pickup. Then we got a race car here with my old crappy pickup. We finally moved up to a truck to pull the race car. It was rather fast in its day. 1970 Camaro. 1953 Chevy with a 327 and a 4-speed. This 1953 delivery I took and put a 4x4 Ford frame underneath it. Then we had the 55 Chevy, nothing special. 55 Chevy car, nothing special. 55 Chevy race car, that one I had a lot of fun in. This one I wrecked, as you're going to see in these next pictures. Went around the corner too fast, crashed right into a bunch of people. I had a lot of 56 Chevys. I don't even know how many. Somewhere I've got a picture of 18 different cars I'm standing by at one time. These are all part of those pictures and not very good because they're blurry. You know, back in the day you didn't have real good cameras. That's a 57 Chevy. Another 57 Chevy I owned. This one had a 327 with a 4-speed in it. This one was a 4-door. My buddy crashed that for me right into a tree. Then I had this 62 wagon. You've heard me talk about my Nova. Well, this is what it looked like when it started its journey with me, and this is what it looks like now, or did. I sold this car to a young man, and he promptly took it out and wrapped it around the telephone pole. It had a lot of power, 454 in it, with a tilt front end, as you can see. The kid that got it from me, he just didn't know what he had. This truck here I did all kinds of things with. Mud pulls, as you can see, tractor pulls, and did a pretty good job at all of it. Yes, I had a GTO, had two of them, matter of fact. I only got the picture of this one. And this Chevelle here, this is the best picture I got of it. It was a lot of fun, but my friend Leroy wrecked that for me. This Chevelle, I owned it 2 or 3 times. Kept selling it, kept coming back. My buddy last owned it. He drag raced it, and this is what it looked like when he did. He passed away now. I missed Mike. I bought this Camaro for my ex-wife. She wasn't an ex at the time. I bought this one for myself, so we each had one. But as the starting of this video showed, I traded both of these off for a yellow IROC, which she took in the divorce. Lots of the cars I purchased, I just purchased them to flip them. This one here, I had a V8 in it. First V8 Vega I had 2 of them. This is probably one of the cars I should have kept, but I didn't. I traded it off for an old Chevelle. I don't think I have a picture of that. This one here, I had it and traded it off for my Z-Rat Camaro race car. The guy that I traded it to just took it out and destroyed it. It was in great shape. Also had this Ford, as you've heard my wife talk about. The Chevelle I owned for a minute or two and sold it to my stepbrother at the time. This project I never did get done. I don't know what happened to it. This van I picked up in California, and we slapped this paint job on it and brought it back home. That's when I had my kids. Then I got this here Vega, and it wasn't much to think about. Never did put a V8 in it. Of course, we've all had a Volkswagen van at one time or another. The last car I really ever did anything to, had any money put into it, was this Camaro. You've seen it at the car show in one of my videos. I traded it off for my Dodge pickup, which I needed, and I did not need the Camaro anymore. These are the cars I've had. Some of them anyway. Now then, Do you want to see the motorcycles? A few. I know some of you have been asking me about my Hondas. So this is for Honda Mike. You've been asking, here they are. You got to start out somewhere, and that's what I did. I started out on Hondas, Kawasaki's, Yamahas. You got to start where you can afford them. I could afford these at the time. I had a whole bunch of the 750 Hondas. Had some of the 650 Triumphs, 750 Triumphs. Some of them I never got really good pictures of, especially this one here. It was the best, I guess you'd call it, custom looking bike I ever had, and never took a picture of it. Had twisted chrome and all. That's my first Harley right there. I built this for my son. He didn't want it. I picked up this Yamaha pretty cheap and ended up selling it to the guy that ran off with my wife. That happens. Hey, that's my little daughter right there. That's my daughter and my son in the sidecar there. I built this bike here for my friend that was incarcerated. These are the bikes we used to pick up in California. They were highway patrol bikes. You used to get them cheap. This is the last shovel head I ever worked on. And this is the last chopper I ever built. I have lots of videos of bikes. I have many more photos of motorcycles I could put on here, but I've already done that. There's a video on here that I've placed most of the motorcycles I've ever owned on here, so no need to do it twice. Hope this didn't bore you. Enjoy.